Hello and welcome. This is Ashish from getcoach.in. The series of PMP learning through examples continues. This is episode 5, and we now look at the recent news of H1B visa fee increase. And we are going to look at it in the context of PMP topics such as risks, issues, reserves, VUCA, and communications. Please note that this video is not about explaining in detail about what is the fee hike and what are the implications, the impact and other aspects. We are looking at the PMP certification as our focus and learning about various topics using this example. So let's understand a few key points first. In the PMP terms, let's see what is it. It is an event that has occurred. This event results in risks for many and also opportunities. It's an issue because it has already occurred. It's an issue for H1B visa aspirants and for the companies that depend on them. They have to deal with this issue. It's also a VUCA example, which we will see in the coming slides. So first, let's understand this is a individual risk and not a project level risk. By individual risk, it means uncertain events or conditions which may occur, event based. So this is one which has occurred, just to make sure I word it correctly. And this is not a project level risk where a project related aspect has changed in terms of activities being done on the project by the project. This is outside of the project, which will impact projects. So this is not the project level, but individual level. Project resilience, let's look at the aspects that relate. Flexibility in project processes. So in each organization, how flexible is the way in which they do their work, which requires them right now to depend on the H1Bs, but can they change their methods and dependencies and maybe have more offshoring or have a global center or do with less? In terms of budget and contingencies, most organizations would not have enough budget for dealing with this visa fee hike. But those that may have that will be better off. However, keep in mind that it is quite unlikely that they would want to spend so much to get the visa done. Then the frequent review of early warning indicators. That is something that could have been done in the sense that they were seeing some signs of some changes coming in. You know, the tiered structure of H1 from next year that is being proposed, the other communications that are coming in from the president and his team gives a sign that they want to tweak with this and see what they can do to minimize people from coming in. Already they are acting on illegal immigrants. So early warning indicators, some saw them, some did not. I would say most did not anticipate this. And then how responsive our stakeholders are to adapt and change our ways. So that means that now that we know that we would not be able to afford the H1 visa for our company requirements, therefore, what can we do to have local talent being used? So more training, development of people, enhancing their skill sets, or looking at offshoring so that they don't have to travel to the US. So this adaptation and responding and changing ways, how quickly can each company do, can also make a difference. Let's understand the VUCA part. VUCA stands for the abbreviation of these four quadrants. So let's look at this event itself. Initially, just when it was announced, there is ambiguity, lack of clarity about the meaning of an event. They did not have much information about it. Nothing much was published in detail other than the proclamation or declaration that was done through the video. Then as we got to know more about the situation, it led to some uncertainty, unclear about now what is it that companies will do, what can visa aspirants do, how will this take shape, and in terms of complexity as well, we can look at multiple decision factors that may be involved hereafter. Okay, so what will be happening to the various people who are already there, who want to renew, who want to continue, those that were looking at H. So, would they be looking at other locations or other visa types? Many factors are coming in. So, this is a VUCA example. Now, the responses can be different for each stakeholder impacted by this. But first, let me make sure I confirm and let you know that this is something that has already occurred as an event. So it can be an issue for people who have to directly deal with that impact and do something differently. Like the companies that are hiring now have to look at local options, and the people who are being sent from companies in India or the companies in general for their billing perspectives have to now deal with this issue and look at alternative means to gain their revenue. That said, let's look at this event triggering various risks. So, students who are aspiring to study in the US so that they can get further opportunities to progress their career in the US may choose the avoidance option because they will uh, have a worry that this may not allow them to have a continuation in US after their education. So they'll avoid going to the US. This is an example explanation just for learning perspective. Mitigation. Okay, what they will do, the students, is probably apply elsewhere in other countries. And for the companies, they will mitigate the future impact for them because of lack of ability to have that talent there. They will mitigate it by either reducing the probability of this affecting them or the impact. Probability is not something which may be in focus here. It'll be the impact more so. So they'll reduce the impact by having people sent on O visa or having local hires if they have to have talent, or looking at other countries where they can send the people. So that's mitigation from a company perspective that is wanting those people, and those from India that want to send them there. Transference is not so much in the perspective of this particular event. So there's nothing that you can transfer this as a risk to anybody else, unless the people are saying that, hey, you want us to be there definitively. Now the visa hike is there, so which you have to bear with that. So the risk is not on us. The impact is not on us. The impact will be on you based on that. But again, transference is of a risk topic. We are not supposed to mix that with issues. So I wouldn't use this particular response, transference. And most of them will accept this uh, as they can't do much about it. Accept it and live with it. Now, this also doesn't mean they will do the visa application necessarily. They will accept the fact that we may not get talent from India as a company which uh, resources people on H1B. So they accept this and they are willing to take the risk and see how it goes by and do nothing about it. Meaning that when time comes for hiring, we will see what's to be done at that time. Today, they'll not do anything about it. There could be opportunities also to maximize the impact in the sense that for other countries, they could have opportunities to woo students, saying that come over to our country, we will have you get long-term visas and get people to work in other locations than in US. Those companies at other locations may attract talent now, given the situation that people will not have an opportunity in US. So that impact enhancement part is relevant here. In terms of reserves, most companies would not have sufficient money for their projects or overall business to have the additional fee hike being borne by them. They are not in a position, so the reserves will not be able to address this. If it was lesser, let's say 20%, 30, 40% increase in the fee, they could have got this money from the management reserves. Contingency is for known risks with an unknown timing or impact. This was not even known. So unknown is what we are going with as a management reserve if it was there. But the amount being so large, they don't even have that amount. So that was it. And let's see some web pages from where we can get some insights about this. So let's see a few of these. Here, this particular website talks about visa issues having a new opportunity for India. Of course, there are some negative consequences. That means employers will not be finding it viable to hire. Talent will be retained in India. Brain drain reverse. People will come back. And because of these fewer avenues, they'll be having a need for India Inc. to provide more opportunities for them. There could be underemployment or frustration if that is not done. And to address this, there is an opportunity for educating and skilling in the future. Can we build better universities in the country? Can we have skills developed here rather than having them learn them overseas? Can we give them opportunities to uh, grow further in the country in terms of career opportunities? So more R&D investments, labs, partnerships, public-private, to help increase the opportunities for corporates to engage with the uh, talented people. And there could be a case where they could launch large projects with this talent, which they were not able to because of the lack of talent. So space research and other areas. There could be more entrepreneurs in the country and have some opportunities for them to grow businesses. More such people will be wanting to do startups. And then there may be some global collaborations inviting giants to India to do R&D or to have their global capability centers in India. So, a variety of such opportunities. US is getting hit not just in IT, but also the doctors' shortage in hospitals can be an impact for them. So there are negative impacts or risks, threats for them. Now, this is about a communication uh, challenge. So what has happened is that because of this announcement, suddenly people who were in flight or rather about to board a flight decided to cancel and not travel to India with the risk that they will have to pay 100,000 when they come back. Similarly, those who are in India rushed to the airports to buy a flight at any cost and travel back to the US because they felt that they would not be able to enter after the deadline. So, this is the impact of a communication gap or insufficient communication that is causing the people to be impacted both ways. So communication could have been more elaborate with more details being provided, and anticipating that is what should have happened in the US government's announcements that people will ask questions, let's have them ready. Global race to grab top talent is the opportunity side again. So other countries are looking at how they can leverage this opportunity for themselves. So UK is looking at getting people in, and that is across other countries as well as UK, like China. Then we are having the confusion part still there, and people are still looking at what they can do. The people who are already in the pipeline, like for example, those who are having OPT right now. So all of them are still confused. So let's look at how other countries are dealing with this as an opportunity. Here, UK is looking at proposals to abolish visa fees for skilled foreign workers to attract them. China is launching a new K visa to attract skilled workers in STEM. South Korea is looking at finding ways to exploit the US visa changes to attract scientists and engineers there. Canada has lowered the cutoff score for people who are applying for permanent residence. And that is just a set of examples so far. There could be many more later. So that was our topic of H1B visa and its learnings from a PMP topic. Once again, I repeat, this was not something which was meant as a video for explaining about H1B in general, but about learning PMP through recent events, this being one which leads to many topics. So I covered this here. So with that, we end. Keep watching and keep coming back for more.